Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Peter Orona, and he is the owner of Common Insurance Services Agency.
Correct.
Welcome to the show. I've been just starting to work with you a little bit, and you have a passion about educating people. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Peter Orona, and I'm a licensed insurance agent, and we focus on educating people on Medicare insurance and how it works. So when people retire, we help them understand all the components of Medicare, the ABCDs of Medicare, and what each part means and how they relate to them and when they retire, so they can make a good choice when they get ready to enroll into a Medicare program.
Well, here's what people need to understand, and that is that your service is free.
Correct.
Tell them about that.
Yeah, so everything that I do in terms of the educational process, from the enrollment process, all that stuff is done at no charge to our customer, our client, and the carrier that the client chooses to enroll with in terms of Medicare, whether it be a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan, does not charge for our services. They pay us directly, so there is no money out of pocket from our clients.
You know, I don't think people realize that there's services like this out there, and so I think it's wonderful for you to be on this show, and that's what I love about it. Again, it's information for people. When you work with someone, do you? It's obviously everything you do is free. So they call you and they talk to you. Why should people come to you and not do something like, let's say, on the internet and try and find out information there?
Well, there's a lot of moving parts to Medicare. So when you enroll, you may not understand how they all interchange and interact with each other. So the reality is that we do a comprehensive review with our clients. So we look at their current doctors, their specialists. We look at what hospitals that they want to go to or that are in the area. We also look, a lot of our time is spent doing prescription drug reviews. So when we look at the full picture of what they're using and how they need to utilize their plan, that's when we look at how the carriers independently, how they work to give them the best benefits for the Medicare options that they have.
Well, and I think if I remember correctly, what's your website again?
It's abcdmedicare.com.
And it's so true, because there are so many alphabets in the Medicare program.
Correct,
it's
yeah.
really hard, and each person has their own unique story. So it's really a good idea to come to someone like you so that they can talk to you, because you can end up saving them, especially if they make a mistake.
Correct. So there's a lot of ways where you can make errors. The timing of when you enroll into Medicare, if you're just turning 65, it's important you enroll on time at the right enrollment period, because there can be some lifetime penalties, 10% if you don't enroll in time for Medicare Part B, 1% a month for as long as you don't enroll in the Medicare Part D, which is the prescription drug program. And so it's very important to work with somebody who's licensed. If you have someone you're working with, make sure that they're a licensed agent and that you're not getting information off the internet. Some of the websites that are out there are really good websites that give you the information, but we're trained to understand that information, how to put it in layman's terms so that you understand how those benefits are going to work for you.
Now, when you work with people, do you go to them or do they come to you? How does it work?
About 95% of my clients, I go to them.
Right.
So regardless of where they're at, if it's Apache Junction, Goodyear, Sun City West, we go to them. So we come and make the house call, and we sit down with them. Sometimes the appointments take a couple of hours so that we get a full review, understanding what they're doing, and then the explanation part, the educational part, make sure that when we're done meeting, our client base understand how it works for them.
So real quickly, what would you say is something that you would want them to be aware of, let's say right now, for people that are watching the show right now?
The things that they need to be aware of is if you're turning 65, it's important to understand when you enter Medicare. That could be tricky, because there's some people that think that they have the Part A, which is the hospitals, and that's all they need, and they didn't activate Part B, so they can come and get some delayed penalties or fines from the government, and these are lifetime fines.
Real quickly, what are these that you brought here?
So these are water bottles that we're giving away. Anybody who does a plan review, even if you don't enroll, we're going to give you a water bottle. It's hot outside. It's going to continue to be hot for throughout the summer.
It is all year round here.
Yeah, and so we're giving away a water bottle at no cost to them. They just no obligation. Just allow us to do a plan review. If you're not ready to enroll today during the open enrollment period for Medicare, which is October 15th through December 7th, we can set up a time when that's available, and we can review your plan at that time as well. But right now, we're just trying to market and get ourselves in front of people to let them know what we do and what our services are offering.
Well, I think it's important for people, whether it's you or someone that you know. This is a free service to you. Don't go to the internet. It's really crazy to try and do something like that when you have people like Peter here that can help you do this and not make any mistakes. So you could check him out on his website, or you can call him. Everything he does is free.